Have you ever considered that sometimes the competitors that are your rivals for budget might not be the traditional companies that sell services or products similar to yours? Sometimes your competitor can be other ways the customer can spend budget. It might not be to buy from one of your rivals in the market. It might be that there's a completely unrelated project that needs money, that somebody is convincing the customer is a more strategic way to invest their funds this quarter than to spend budget on other projects. And yours might be one of the projects a completely different company is trying to convince them isn't worth investing in right now, that they should use that money for what they want to sell them. So let's say that you're selling photocopiers and the customer is building a factory in another city. It might be that all of the suppliers that are fitting out that factory's construction are trying to convince that customer that all other capital expenditure should be cut right now so that they can finish this project to the standard that it needs to be finished to, because that's going to be a very strategic manufacturing plant for them. Well, you can imagine the executives will be in a position to say, well, that makes sense. Maybe we should put all of our money into getting that done faster and cut everything else out this year. That's catastrophic for a salesperson like you who may have had great discussions with the customer so far. You've got a forecast date on your pipeline and you're fully expecting that they're going to go forward and buy from you by a certain date. How many times have you seen salespeople blindsided when they reach that date and the customer says, well, you know, yes, it's been a great few months talking to you about this idea, but we just can't do it this year, maybe next year. The reason why that often happens is the budget has been yanked to go somewhere else. So what it pays to do is to keep your eyes open and look wider at what is that customer investing in? Where are they going in their marketplace? What are the different factors that could cause them to believe that they need to invest in different things in their business, completely unrelated to what you're selling to? Because the higher up you go in an organization, the more the people you meet will be across all these other alternative uses of the same capital, and they'll be weighing them all up. So you're not just competing against your traditional competitors, you're competing against the value any other expenditure is providing that customer compared to the value that they perceive you're providing them. So it's very important that in your sales, it's not just buy my product or service because it's really great. You know, it's buy my product or service because it's strategic for you in the following ways. And there's long-term benefits to that as well. This is the type of dialogue that more executives and middle managers are now warming to, because they need to know that any investment they put their thumbprint to is something that nobody can criticize them for making, that it's strategic, that it's going to provide short-term and long-term benefits, so that when the accountants come in looking at projects that they can slash, they can say with their hand on their heart, well, this project that we're talking to you about, no, we can't cut that because it's strategic. It's short-term value, there's long-term benefits. We can't wait to do it next year. We need those benefits to start flowing now. So cut other people's projects, not this one. Protecting that investment capital so they can spend it with you is absolutely critical. And let's face it, as economies are in trouble, customers are more judicious about where they spend their funds. Make sure that you do your due diligence, that you can sell value the right way to make sure yours isn't the project that they cut.